Hi, I'm Judy. Welcome to Go with Yin Yoga and this Yin Yoga flow to help you release worry. It connects to your spleen and your stomach. And go ahead, before I discuss that a little bit further, go ahead and gather a couple blocks and perhaps a bolster. Both are completely optional, and come into an easy seated position. Go ahead and just land on your mat into this moment and allow your forehead to soften. Release your lower jaw. Let your eyes soften and perhaps close them. And let your shoulders come away from your ears. And begin to breathe in and out through your nose. The intention for today's flow is to ground you between transitions so you can get between transitions safely. It is associated with the season of late summer, and generally between seasons you also want to ground so you can transition safely. Sometimes things get a little out of balance as we transition from one season to another. The other purpose of this flow is to help you release worry, which is associated with the spleen and the stomach meridians and the season of late summer, which is the earth element. You can keep your eyes closed and just listen to my instructions. And you can hold onto your spleen, which is on the left side. I'll mirror you, which is on your left side. So right now I'm holding on to my liver actually, but on your left side, you can hold onto it lightly. You can maybe massage it a little bit and take your other hand onto your heart. The spleen meridian actually does run up through your chest and through your heart. And just continue to breathe. I'd like to share this quote with you. Worry never robs tomorrow of its sorrow. It only saps today of its joy. And that was said by Leo Buscaglia. But it's so true. It's, worry is always, you're going back into the past, going out into the future. When we do these things, we're not in the present moment. And feel free to set your own intention for this practice, whatever you might be working on. And then just let your hands go and begin to blink your eyes open if they were closed. We are practicing at the wall today. Let me get that going. I was sitting on a bolster. I'm going to set that over to the side. Our first pose is melting heart at the wall. So I'm going to demo it basically facing this way because at the wall you won't be able to see what I'm doing. So you would come into all fours. So basically you'd be at all fours at the wall, and then you take your hands onto the wall. You'd walk your body backwards and maybe walk your hands up. Play around with that so you can see what I'm doing. All fours, and your hands might be up in the wall like that. And of course you can just come into melting heart onto a mat. And I'm just going to do that so that you can see what I'm doing. In which case, take that bolster. Sometimes it's nice to have the bolster under your chest. You reach your hands out. And keeping the hips in place over the knees. And maybe a bolster under your head or a block under your head could feel nice. Maybe you come all the way to the mat. And as you are holding melting heart for approximately 3 minutes, I'd like you to take your attention to your heart.
And you become aware of how open your heart is or is not, without judgment. Check in with that heart. Check in with your breath. Can you release that worry back into the earth? Do you find yourself already worrying about how long is she going to make me hold this? Is she ever gonna let us go? And if that happens, can you just come back into your body? And just be in this moment, right here and right now. Last couple of breaths here. Begin to press into your palms, whether on the mat or on the wall, and slowly begin to lift your torso. Way back into all fours. If you're on the wall, walking your hands off of the wall, and turning so that your feet are towards the wall, and bringing your knees out wide. Maybe grabbing that bolster. I'm not reaching for it right now. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to, because there's an option to use it in our next pose. So I'm going to have it here by my side. You can tuck it right here. You can do the same thing with some blocks. I'm going to stay a little upright so that I don't inadvertently turn the microphone off. But I suggest you come right on down to your mat, to your bolster, your block, whatever you have. This is a rebound where you get to feel any changes that have come up in your body, even from that brief pose. And then go ahead, take your hands to your mat, slowly walk your torso upright. Take the bolster, if you're using one, or some folded up blankets, and put it horizontally across your mat. Push it a little in front of you, and walk your legs with bent knees to the wall. Oh yeah, there we go. And then come on down, and you can have your elbows on the bolster if you'd like. Just like that. If you'd like a bit more sensation, you can take your hands to the mat and have your arms straight. That is too much sensation for me today. And you may want to wiggle a bit further back. So this is Sphinx at the wall, and it's a nice quad stretch. And the bolster is completely optional.
But it helps you get in touch with that heart again. Although it can bring a little more compression in the low back. So if that is not feeling right in your body, you can just remove the bolster and come on down. You can also do it on your forearms, just like this. So basically Sphinx, but you have your knees bent and your shins towards the wall. They may not be right on the wall. And you probably want to release that neck a little bit, look down at your mat. Just a bit, just tucking your chin a bit. And you can also let the head hang if it feels good for you. There's a really nice release across the upper back, which is not the target of this pose. Opening the quads, opening your heart, that is the target. Notice anywhere you may be contracting muscles. For instance, I notice my glutes are really kind of clenching there. So I just let them relax. And it may be in a different spot for you. Yin Yoga is done with soft muscles because we are not trying to do anything with our muscles. We're trying to get beyond our muscles into the connective tissue. And that is also the purpose of the longer holds and the stillness of Yin Yoga. And last couple of breaths here. And then begin to remove your elbows from the bolster if you're using that, or bend them onto your forearms if you had your arms straight. And then slowly move yourself away from the wall, coming onto one hip, doesn't matter which one. Turning over onto your back, coming to the wall, bringing your hips kind of towards the wall, and then taking your feet onto the wall. And again, notice any sensations in your body. Last couple of breaths here. And then slowly let your knees fall out to either side.
Coming back up into a kneeling position.
I'm going to take this bolster off to the side, get it out of the way, and grab a couple of blocks. So we've done several heart openers, and you may be feeling a little tension in your low back, perhaps.
And our next pose should help to release that. It's called dangling pose. Dangling. So you can just back up to the wall and allow your head to fall down towards the floor. And maybe you put your hands on the blocks. Now, if you have some back issues, you can still use the wall. I'm going to turn towards the wall and just don't come down so far. Press your hands into the wall. Maybe they're about shoulder width at height. Or you walk them down till you're at a 90-degree angle. And that may be enough. And another thing you can explore is taking a couple of blocks to the wall. And then stepping onto the blocks. Take them a little out from the wall. Just a little bit. Stepping onto the blocks and then allowing yourself to slowly, gently dangle over those feet. And it's going to intensify this pose a little bit. It's going to intensify the stretch you feel on your hamstrings. And that can be a very good thing sometimes. And tuck your chin towards your chest. Maybe visualizing all that worry just falling from the top of your head back into the earth. And from the earth going all the way to the center of the planet, just being melted in all that molten lava that's at the center of the planet. Letting go, releasing. The last couple of breaths here. And go ahead and walk your hands forward if you're up on those blocks. And step your feet off of the blocks. And then slowly come down. And maybe sit back on your hips. Or maybe lie down on the mat. Enjoy your rebound. Rebounds are short little 1-minute holds in between poses. So you can feel the effects of the pose. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Last couple of breaths here. And if you're already laying down, I suggest you stay there. We are moving into our final pose, Savasana. And I will be holding space for you as you are relaxing in Savasana, whichever Savasana feels right in your body. And as I always say, it can be on your back, it can be on your stomach, it can be on your side in a fetal position. All depends on what feels comfortable for you. Begin to bring your thoughts back to whatever intention that you set at the beginning of this practice. I offered releasing worry, getting grounded through the transitions in life, whatever you may have set. Grounding between seasons is so important, as I mentioned in the beginning, because if you think about fire, it's the element that precedes the earth element. And it can get out of hand. Fires can get out of hand, right? We can become imbalanced. And so that we don't take all that heat into our next season, which is late summer, according to traditional Chinese medicine, or even into fall, we need to come back to grounding. We need to get in the here, in the now. Just like between yoga postures, if we don't ground, if we just move without thought, that's where injury can happen. So I'd like to repeat that little quote that I shared with you at the beginning of the practice. Worry never robs tomorrow of its sorrow. It only saps today of its joy. That's so true. When we are not in the present moment, that's always worrying. When we're not in the present moment, we're worried about something in the future, or we're worrying something in the past. We're not being present. We're not open to the joy that is just available to us in each and every moment, even the hard ones. So now we continue to relax in your Shavasana until I speak again. Close your eyes if that feels safe for you. And just release and let go. Just be here now.
Feel free to pause this video, stay here in Savasana for as long as feels right to you. But before, if you do need to move on, before you leave, I want to share with you this week's calming points for the earth element. And I'll just talk you through it. And you can always check back in with the video later. Simply take your fingers underneath the pupils of your eyes and gently press there and hold for about 2 to 3 minutes. This can feel calming for the earth element or anytime you are feeling worried. Maybe put a smile on your face. Notice any sensations underneath your fingers. Begin to allow your breath to deepen. Feel everywhere your body is connecting with the mat. The back of your head, your shoulder blades, your hips, the back of your heel. Allow your body to soften and sink deeper. And begin to take any little movements that you need. Waking up your body. Moving back into the world. And in your own time and in your own way, begin to bring yourself back up into a seated position, eyes still closed if they were. And let go of those points. Take the palms of the hands together in front of your heart. Slightly bow your head over your hands. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from pain and suffering. And may you be present in every moment of your life. Deep breath in. And deep sigh out. And slowly blink your eyes open. Allow your hands to fall gently to your knees or thighs. And raise your head. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this flow. And I hope that you are feeling a little less worried about whatever is going on in your life right now. This is the practice to visit again and again whenever you are worrying about something. And of course, late summer, transitions between seasons, maybe transition between seasons of life even. If you enjoyed this practice, please go ahead and click the like button. And if you'd like to practice with me again, go ahead and click subscribe and the bell. Right about now, you should have something up here or down here. It's a playlist of all of these elements and the emotions according to traditional Chinese medicine that I've done previously, and there's one more to go. So if this is helping you emotionally, physically, you'll have a playlist with all of these relatively short practices for you. Have a wonderful day and let go of your worry. You can do it.